Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. And today I am talking about a story that I read on the internet that just made me annoyed. Wow, the internet annoyed me? What a crazy thought. Let's check this story out. Terminator Dark Fate director why Mackenzie Davis will scare the F out of misogynists. This title, I'm here with a full panel who came in last night to do a show for our fandom show. We're going to do a little mini nerd war, but I want to go off on a rant before we do it because we all saw this title. John actually sent it to us. And I think we all initially had this reaction of, whoa, Tim Miller, what are you doing? Like, this seems like a mistake. Why would you try and rattle this cage? And really, we're like already trying to make opinions about it before it's out like that are this strong. And it really sort of all, I think, gave us all sort of a little bit, oh, what are you doing? But of course, what do you got to do, guys? You got to read the article. The article is just the context of this, and damn you, Mr. Matt Donnelly. You suck, Matt. Sorry, but you do. Calling you out. This was not cool of you. I know you're trying to get your clickbait, but you're just trying to rally the trolls. Because the question, he does a lot of fantastic interview here about why he did the Terminator film and why he didn't just give up on it. What they did, they brought in novelists to help build the world, and how he realized that there's a trinity of characters in all the films, and there's always a protector, and they wanted the protector to be female this time, and explain how it's a painful life. And anyway, it's a very fascinating read, as you can see here, but you should go and give it a read. But anyway, and then deep in the interview, he goes, an early Dark Fate poster received backlash, calling Davis and her co-stars feminazis and other chauvinistic hate speech. Like, this was in a minority of like racist people who did that. Like, this wasn't a broad, big news story. I didn't even see that. Like, this for him to like call it out like it's major news, it's just already was him attempting to get Tim Miller like, gotcha. What do you think about all the Nazis who like your movie? Just like, come on. That was a stupid question to begin with. But you know, he's responding. How do you think she'll be received in the room at Comic-Con in regard to what the feminazis and things are going to say? He's responding to that. Clearly, I think if you're at all light and she'll play like gangbusters. If you're a closet misogynist, she'll scare the F out of you because she's tough and very feminine. But we not trade gender traits for others. She's just very strong, and that frightens some dudes. You can see the online response from the early shit out there, that trolls on the internet. I don't give an F. Great. Good. You know what? Oh, good for you, Tim Miller. I support you. And out of context, clickbait. I'm glad I double checked and wasn't mad and getting frustrated. This is a non-story, and it just makes me so frustrated with the way the internet works and even entertainment media, how we just roll with the bullshit, and I'm sick of it, and it sucks. And Matt Donnelly, you should be better than that. We should stop doing that and putting that in a trade like Variety. Come on. We got to give people more, don't just mislead them and thinking that he's going off trying to aim at misogynists. He wouldn't even brought it up if you didn't ask him such a pointed question that was unfair to begin with. So that just annoyed me. I want to bring my panel because we're going to do a quick nerd war here talking about should we still be excited for this Terminator film? Let me turn all your mics on as we get to this. But guys, quickly chime in for me. Are you equally frustrated by this story? Do you think I'm overreacting? What are your thoughts on this?
No, absolutely. This is a frustrating situation. I mean, what happens is someone reads that headline, immediately tells someone else, that gets tweeted out, and next thing you know, Tim Miller is like, is pro-feminist, anti-male, whatever the case is, it gets blown out of proportion just because all they did was read the headline and see a picture.
Exactly. Matter of fact, we saw there was a meme that was posted with just a headline, and that's exactly the thought I had. I'm like, oh, that's just bull.
I want to say, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. No, I'm not. I don't want to make things political. I'm not a huge fan of Trump, but I will say this: he did great with calling out fake news, and this is a huge problem not only in the political system but even in entertainment. Like, come on, when you have articles like that, it provides very toxic fandom, and we need to stop this shit.
It's fake news. You can't control it. You read the headline and you think it's that, but you have to read the whole thing. This is not about Trump. I don't want to get into Trump. I don't want to talk politics Trump, but anybody who doesn't acknowledge that Trump made a brilliant marketing and realistic reality check in calling out fake news is delusional, because he sadly is correct. And it is a very true thing.
He's barely correct.
It's not always fake news, and a lot of people use fake news as an excuse, which I think is also very dangerous.
Wrong.
But yes, there's a lot of fake news now, and I just think it's more just the news is lazy.
Right.
There's so much they don't want to fact check. They don't want to do anything. I will be talking about this subject very closely and dear to my heart soon, so stay tuned. But they just don't check things, and they make things get out of hand, and they ruin it. And in this case, I think
it's very important that I want to say, I know Tim Miller's a fan. He is a fan of this material. He's a fan of Deadpool. Like whether there was a falling out with him and Ryan Reynolds, who knows why he didn't come back, but it sounds like they ended on decent terms, and he was a very important part of that first film. And the fact that he could have done any movie after Deadpool and chose this because he was so jazzed about bringing Sarah Connor back and working with Cameron, dude, good for him. I believe him. I think he's a good director, and I'm excited for it. Technically, that said, we've seen a lot about the movie. I want to bring, since I have 4 fighters here, I want to do a quick mini 5-minute nerd war. That's right. Ooh, here we go. There's the graphic.
Dun, dun, dun.
Should we be excited for Terminator Dark Fate? Can this actually work? He's turning all the other sequels out and making this a straight sequel to Terminator 2. Over here to my right, I got Damien and Adon. You guys believe in Tim Miller. You think this is actually going to turn the tide on the Terminator franchise, correct?
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Tim, we trust.
All right, and on the other side, we got Ian, we got John. You guys do not believe in it. You think, let it die.
No, 3 was enough. 3 was enough.
All right, who wants to start?
Go ahead, try to kill it.
Go ahead.
All
Ian?
right, well, then call
Give me
me
your
out
thoughts.
then. Okay, all right, I'll
Quickly,
try.
I'm time. You have 1 minute.
I'm going. Okay,
You both
so
have 1 minute. Share the time. Go.
Okay, so how many movies from the 80s are still successful today? Like, my favorite movie from the 80s is Back to the Future. There's not a lot of movies today. Like, there's a lot of sequels that are, doing well from the 80s to like the 90s, maybe early 2000s. But in 2019, how many movies from the 80s are still successful? The Terminator franchise does not have the best track record.
No, it doesn't.
1 and 2 are great. I personally love 1 more than 2. A lot of people disagree with that, but 2 is an amazing movie as well. But I will say this: their track record is not great. Tim is great as well, but like, we're just done with Terminator. Let's move on and do something more original.
Listen, this is based on the trailer, and the trailer, there's no imagination in it whatsoever. It's just a rehash of every single Terminator that's ever been made, except for the first one, because that's like a little suspense, that's a little horror. But it's trying to channel part 2 in such a way, and it's just boring. It's so boring seeing another Liquid Man. Like, I know he's like splitting off in 2 things, but it's just not working for me. It's
Time.
not.
All right, you got 1 minute on the clock. Other team who are into this Terminator,
I'll let you first.
go ahead. You got 1 minute on the clock.
To answer your question, Halloween. To answer your question, there are several things that that talk about in this trailer. Trailers are meant to put butts in seats. They're going to show the action. This is Tim Miller, who actually took a character that was done once horribly, Deadpool, and then redid it correctly. He's a fan. He enjoys the material. He knows the source. He's working with James Cameron. He's actually trying to pull something into this that we haven't had in a while. That's why they retcon. And we have Sarah Connor back. Her story alone of where she's been at and what she's gone through and why are they going after a different person is going to bring some new suspense to this thing. And that's why I think that Tim Miller is going to bring something new to the table.
You got to understand also, you got actors that are going to put their passion into this. You're not going to have people that are phoning in. Arnold's is invested in this. Linda Carter, she's been die hard since the get-go. You can't
Wonder Woman?
No, Linda Hamilton.
Wait,
It's been a long
she's in
night.
this?
Linda
Wow,
Hamilton.
Linda Carter, are you? You guys win.
Well,
Okay, sorry.
we were saying before, like, when Linda Hamilton first started out, she was a frail woman, and then, like, a delicate woman.
Time's
Oh.
up. All right, well, you focused a lot on Linda Carter there. I don't know if that was a smart choice. All right, I'm going to put 1 more minute in the clock, and this is you guys argue, yell at each other, last thoughts. Go ahead.
Got 2 things to say for both of y'all. 1, how long did it take for a Halloween? I will agree, this new Halloween was good, but how long did it take for these sequels and fan-made stuff to
let's
get
be
it right?
honest. How many other sequels of Halloween were there that were garbage?
Well, come on,
Let's
let's
just
stop.
call it as that
it took
was.
a new imagining with a new person who was a fan of the film to bring back original characters.
It took so
They
long,
brought back
though.
original
I'm
characters.
tired.
And that was the
We're
exact
on
same
the
thing.
clock, like Andy said. Another
That's right.
thing,
And we'll talk about
we're on the clock. Get it right. Come on. Another thing, what I want to say to you as well, too. What you said about
Hamilton?
I did not say
Strong
Hamilton.
women? Strong actors?
Go ahead, man. I'll get it.
There's nothing that you've actually
Listen, this
pointed
is
out.
just a carbon copy of the Terminator films. There's nothing original. There's nothing I'm excited about. It's just...
But here's the thing.
Arnold got beat up by some small dude in Africa. Nobody thinks he's
That
strong
has
and
nothing
tough
to do with the
anymore.
movie.
You
That's
know,
a sucker hit.
but he has no credibility anymore.
Listen,
I'm done.
I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want this to rock, but I'm just not seeing it. I'm not feeling it.
We
saw
saw
it for one
We
trailer.
saw Jamie Lee Curtis return to a franchise, and it rocked. We've seen Linda Hamilton return to a franchise. We've seen Linda Hamilton return to a franchise, and it's going to rock as well because we're curious about where her story has been for the past 20 some odd years.
want
All right,
passion.
time's up.
How many times will
look,
James Cameron hurt us?
He's hurt us a lot.
He's hurt us a lot.
That's facts.
All right, look, I mean, I think that I could keep going and going. We keep repeating ourselves, but we don't freaking know. The movie's not out yet.
Come on.
We gotta watch the movie. That's why I made this short, because we're just bullshitting.
Make more Alita. Make more Alita. No
Yes,
Avatar.
John's gonna help me. I'm putting it on public blast. We're gonna make a video about Battle Angel versus Captain Marvel and why people were Alita should have done so much better.
Hells yeah.
Anyway, but back to the subject at hand. Just talking about strong female characters. In this film, I think you guys definitely won easily. You had more to say there.
God.
That's right.
Aside from your Linda Carter debacle there, Ian, you just wasted so much time and got caught off track there. And you didn't. And then you talked about the guy in Africa, and he didn't take Schwarzenegger. Did you see the look on Schwarzenegger's face after that? He was like, "What the who?" And then he went back to writing like nothing ever happened.
That old man was hurt.
Did I impregnate my housekeeper again?
Again, he goes too far. Look at him. He's just crossing the line again.
Dude,
come on, I'm having fun.
No, all safe space here. All right, but I gotta say, yes, I think Tim Miller's a fan. I think there's something interesting. I'm intrigued. We shall see when it comes out. You guys will have to come back and debate with us live when it shows up. Were they right? Were they wrong? What do you think? Are you excited for Dark Fate, Terminator? Can it work? And man, can we just call out who is this guy I'm calling out one more time? Because I don't like this Matt Donnelly character.
We can all agree with that. Yeah.
Don't
Stop the toxic shit.
Stir the toxic trolls.
Yes.
Come on.
Find better work.
Yeah, come on. You can be better than that. I don't care what boss or editor is telling you to get those clicks. Be better than that.
Although I will say, read the article, because Tim Miller does say a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, good article. And sadly,
yeah, I agree.
Bad headline.
I guess he got me to click. So what am I saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. All right, take it back, Matt. You got us to click. No, don't do that. It's not right. What do you guys think? Tell us in the comments below. Read the article. Do you think don't read the articles? They were giving Matt props and more links. Change the headline, and then we'll send to people.
We'll talk.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Tell us what you thought down in the comments below. We will be back every day around 1 p.m. with new videos, and don't forget to come back every Wednesday as we do FANDUMB Live, where we talk about the dumb things in this
Such
fandom,
a great name
Hollywood,
you got
everything. Let's just get right into all the stupid stuff people talk about, including, I'm sure, me and others or whatever outlets out there. So don't forget to stay tuned Wednesdays live, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Boy, you do.